What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is having a great day today. I wanted to bring another pickups video to you all, share some pickups that I found this last week. Like I like to do, show the deals that I've found when I'm out there hunting the grounds, and I did find some deals this last week, and I'm going to show those to you here in just a second. But I also wanted to talk about with the big swings in the market, different things that I do a little bit different, strategies, if you will. Obviously, you know, we're always out there looking for deals. I'm always out there looking for stuff that's worth more than what I pay for it. You hear me talk about that all the time. But when we have the large swings in spot price or swings in premium and the spreads go a little bit crazy, when they go higher, I tend to look for maybe a little bit more collectible, maybe get into the coins a little bit more, try to fill some holes in that cool Dansko album that I just picked up, or in my world coin collection, my Canadian coin collection, different things like that. Definitely been enjoying the coins lately. And when it gets lower, maybe I'll tend to pick up a little bit more bullion. I try to do that. I try to still consistently purchase, which I always do, and we can always dollar cost average, you know, which is a good way to do it. You know, I don't want to say never, when it comes to bullion, other than my business, I don't tend to pick up, you know, hundreds of ounces at one time, to where I really try to time the market just so, you know, so I will just, you know, pick up my bars or whatever deals I find. And yeah, so that's a good way to do it if you've just got into it. You know, if you feel like the premiums are a little bit high, you can either sit back on that cash and wait for a better deal. But if you got something, you know, burning a hole in your pocket, or if you're into collectibles, not everybody who stacks are into collectibles, that may be a time to pick up a coin or two. You know, the premiums may not change on that, things that aren't tied to spot, if you will. And then also always keep an eye on the spread, keep an eye on the premiums. The spot really doesn't mean anything if the prices of the metals really don't change when it goes up or down, or, you know, every time there's a little bit of a run up on metals from hype or what have you, you know, you will see, if you're a Silver Eagle stacker, you'll see the premium shoot up on those, and then they take their time to come back down. And, you know, it may happen on other things as well. So just remember that and try to maintain patience. That's the best way to do it. That best way to not overspend anyways. Let me clarify that statement. So you see the Kazoo mint bag here in front of you. I just want to have something in the background while you're listening to me yap. I do have Kazoo mint in my local area, and I'm really glad that I do. This is not an infomercial or nothing. I don't have any affiliations. Well, I do sell some of my stuff in their local shop or on their website. But you know, I'm not a paid sponsor or anything like that. I bring them up in my channel because they really are good guys to deal with, and they have actual good deals. Like, they have some really good deals, actually. We'll start off the thing with this 10-ounce bar. I actually went into their shop to pick up some 5-ounce bars. If you watched one of my recent videos, I grabbed one of those Geiger bars that they made, and they had a whole box of 5-ounce cast bars, which were really cool looking, and they had a box full of them for $1 over spot. And I was like, you know what, I don't have a 5-ounce. I'm gonna go back. I was driving by, I'm like, I'm gonna stop and get some, but they were all sold out. Obviously, it was a great deal, so I ended up snagging this 10-ounce cast bar. I do have some of these in the stack already, but it's good, cheap bullion. I like the deals, and I like to be able to walk in, and you know, I am kind of spoiled now, because unlike regular small coin shops that I'm used to, or ones that have closed down in the past, with these guys having a website and such, I can go in and get my kookaburra. I can go in and get, you know, whatever the new coin is that I have a collection for, you know, the Perth Lunar or whatever, and I don't have to, you know, go online and buy a couple $100 to get the free shipping, yada yada. So I'm really happy to have them in my area, and I love supporting small business, especially when they're good people. And if you haven't checked out their website yet, go check it out. It changes. They get stuff on there from time to time. They have some really good deals. I know Louis Silver has them pretty much every week on his best silver gold deals over there, you know, on their cast bars or their buffaloes. And yeah, they treat me well as well. That's why I'll bring it up. So in addition to that, I was able to find some more Engelhard this week. You're like, man, you guys, you're probably thinking, you keep finding these bars. Well, if you've watched my older videos, I've explained multiple times that there was somebody who passed in the area, and these keep showing up at the coin shop, and I keep grabbing them every single time that I see them when I can afford to do so. And I will also clarify in this video, I misspoke when I was talking about the different stamp variations in this, and I was calling it a double X8, and it's really not a double X8. What I explained with these were being a rotary stamp with numbers and alphabets. If this is an X and 8, then when you see the stamps down below, it's actually the Y and the 9, right? So I was able to pick up multiple Engelhard bars this last week, and like I just stated, these will go in the deep stack. I love to pick up the Engelhard, especially when I get them for a really, really good deal. And if you are into Engelhard and you like this vintage stuff, a few weeks ago or so, I dropped a full Engelhard collection video. You can go check those out. So we added 1, 2, and 3 of these Engelhard bars to the collection. And I will just state, you know, with this one, I like this one and picked this one up. As you can see, it's got a clear double set of the stamps there, which is the more rare variation with these. But you also notice that it doesn't have a great, well-defined Engelhard stamp in the middle, which was very common with these, just the way that they were made, and in the middle having a dip, and just the sheer size of that stamp. You know, when you don't have a nice flat surface, like all the cast bars you see today, like most everybody's just making cast bars. I don't want to say just making cast bars. There's nothing wrong with cast bars. But obviously you don't get the shapes or the character of hand making something, right? You'll get a nice machined, basically one that's, I'm not saying that these weren't machined and mass produced and all that type of stuff, but just stating in general, poured bars are things that are made by hand. You're not going to get, you know, a machined look or a perfect cast look like that. You know, if you make something by hand or you make something by a machine, it's going to look different. Obviously, I'm stating the obvious, right? But these are cool. But when it comes to collector value, when it comes to premiums, and especially with the Engelhards, if you have some that have nice tops on them, if they have nice ripples on them, if they have a very good look or an eye appeal, just like you talk about when you talk about coins, you can get an even more premium. They can be even more sought after. The people that are trying to get the different types of Engelhard, they're going to want to have, just like in coins, right? You're going to want to have a nice type. If you're going out there and spending the money, you're going to have one that looks pretty for your collection. But for me, I'm good with any of these that I find local that are a good deal, and they will continue to come home with me in my stack. Now, this next thing that I'm going to share with you, speaking of Louis Silver earlier, he is a huge fan of these. I was holding off for a long time because they had such a crazy high premium, and I usually don't buy, you know, stuff with crazy high premium unless it's something that I really want to collect or it being a collectible. So I held out and patience won again. So this isn't a full box of 20. There's only 10 in here, but I do have the box, so maybe I will try and fill it up. But let's knock these out of there. And I was able to find these local for a couple bucks over spot. So that's kind of how patience pays off when you wait for things. And if you have coin shops in your area, then you can end up finding stuff like this that not that long ago people were paying $6, $7, $8 over spot for, or whatever. You know, premiums have come down on them somewhat, but I still think it's like $5 or $6 over for these little 1 ounce cast bars. You know, they come in a cool little box. They are cool. I'm happy to have 10. Maybe I'll end up filling that box. It's definitely not something to buy a ton of. But if I find them local and I find them cheap enough, I will pick them up. I do like little 1 ounce pieces. They are kind of fun. You know, they are kind of a pain. I understand why they would cast these to pour 1 ounces, at least the way that I do it. You know, it takes time and all that type of stuff. And it's not really, you don't really make that much of a premium on them unless you're selling, obviously, tons and tons and tons of them. That's why, well, at least with me, I like making bullion, but, you know, the hand cast pieces or the clay pieces that I make. They take a lot longer to make, but when it comes to business and trying to, you know, make the most out of your metal, you know, that's a good way to do it. But I've definitely done large orders of bullion. I've made lots of bullion bars, and I do enjoy it, but I'm just trying to say that's why there's usually premium on smaller pieces, right? So if you got to make a little bit of money from the production, obviously if there's less ounces and you got the few bucks over, there you go. That's why you have lots of premium on it. So let's go ahead. I was talking about coins earlier and mixing things up. Here we have a nice graded Morgan. It's an 1885, which is more of a common date, but I did find this locally, and I like to pick up 64s when I can. And this was an absolutely gorgeous one. Beautiful color. I can never really, you know, do it justice when I show these off on camera. But this one had gorgeous color to it on the obverse and the reverse. Just absolute sweet piece I found locally. I think I paid, what was it for this? I think 85 bucks. To me, that was a good deal for this stunner, in my opinion. Not everybody likes this type of color. You know, a lot of people like blast white. But, you know, if it catches my eye, it's going to come home with me. If I get a good deal on it anyways, I'm definitely not going to overpay. I don't feel like 85 bucks was overpaying for this. You guys can let me know down below if you disagree. But this was a nice, cool coin to add to the collection. I was in the shop. I didn't really find any good deals or any vintage at the time. And spot was up a little bit. Premiums were up a little bit. So I found a deal on this Morgan instead, so this came home with me. Absolutely having fun with the coins lately, guys. Really into it. I plan on adding a lot more coin stuff, a lot of more coin content to my channel as I'm going to be picking up more stuff and adding stuff. If you've seen my Dansko album that I just picked up, I'm trying to get the US typeset in addition to the other coins that I pick up. And I have more albums coming. I enjoy Canadian coins, world coins, all different types of coins, having fun learning about them, having fun finding them and hunting them down. Just a cool thing. And last but not least, I don't share a lot of my own stuff on this channel, but I've had some requests from people to, you know, maybe show some stuff. Definitely not the best lighting, but here's a wolf piece that I made the other day. I'm always casting up new pieces, and you know, I'll share them with you guys a little bit. I just didn't want to turn this silver supplement channel that's been around for 10 years into Baycitybullion, where I'm just, you know, people are feeling like I'm trying to sell you something every video. I'm definitely not doing that. But, you know, if you enjoy metals, if you enjoy looking at them, then I'll share my pieces. You know, if you are into any of my stuff, or if you're not familiar with it, I'm primarily on Instagram. You can find me Baycitybullion on Instagram, or it's baycitybullion@gmail.com if you want to email me if you have questions about the stuff. You know, I keep it small. I'm just a one-man show. I am, you know, I'm a single dad, and I have a full-time job. So I do this. It's a business, and I take it seriously. Don't get me wrong. It's not, you know, it's not something that I don't take seriously. But you know, I keep it small, just due to my time. But I still have fun doing it, and I will be doing it for a long time and having fun with it. So there's a nice little wolf piece I can share with you guys. So all in all, it was a great week for me. 50 ounces and a nice graded Morgan. That's a heck of a week for me anyways. And happy that I was able to find all this cool stuff this week. I will have some more videos out soon. I got some more cool stuff that's coming in the mail. I got some orders out that I'll be sharing with you guys real soon as they come in. Some more projects. We're gonna mix it up a little bit more, maybe have a little more content on this channel. We'll see how it goes with, I like the interaction, but I've also found, I think a lot of people watch their YouTube on their televisions and such now, or, you know, maybe I'm just not having a lot of content that people want to interact with, but sometimes it's difficult to to get some interaction. But I appreciate it when you guys do. There's a lot of you guys that are definitely faithful and you know, give me the comments and the thumbs up and all that stuff, and that's fun for me. Obviously, I'm not monetized. I'm not making these videos to make money. I haven't even given enough content to do that type of stuff. I do that because this is a good hobby for me. It's a business with the poured stuff, but this is a hobby for me, fun stuff. Been making videos on and off for over 10 years now, and you know, I just like-minded people like you guys out there. If you're out there hunting the vintage and you're into this type of stuff, if you like to collect, like to chat about this stuff, you guys know how it is. You get all excited about it, you have fun with it, and it's just good to be out there and interact. And I have a lot of good friends that have been around since the beginning, and Cyber Curtain Twitcher and Silver Hustlin', and a lot of guys like that. You know, I was on YouTube for a couple years, and then I left for a year or two, then I came back and it was all different. And I was on, and then I ran into a lot of guys that were out there pouring, like the Bear and PCGS and all those guys. And then I was off again, had twins, kind of got out of stacking, got into real estate a little bit more. I was off again for a while. I came back to YouTube again, and then it's a whole nother group of people. And, you know, it just keeps changing and evolving. And, you know, I'm just having fun with it when I can, and I appreciate you guys when you stop by and you leave me comments. So please like, comment, subscribe if you're into this type of stuff, and I'll keep trying to share some cool videos with you guys. We'll catch you on the next.